had a lot of requests for extremes more than words, so here it is. It's a version suitable for beginners. I'm going to start off by looking at the chords. So starting on a G chord, but this G chord is slightly different than what you might be used to, because you could be used to having your G like this with just your third finger down on the first string. But for the song we need to add fingers 3 and 4 together on the 3rd fret. So my 3rd finger is on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and my 4th finger is immediately below on the 1st string 3rd fret, and the other part of my G is exactly normal. So I get a fuller sounding G in this way. So that's chord number 1. And then for chord 2, you simply move finger 1 and 2 down 1 string each, and that gives you C add 9. From there we go to A minor 7, which is like holding your A minor chord, but you take out your 3rd finger. So the 3rd string now is an open string, and that would be A minor 7. From there you add in your 4th finger onto the 1st string 3rd fret. That extends your A minor 7 sound. Then we go to a normal C chord, and then a normal D chord, and you finally add in your 4th finger below your 3rd finger, so you're like suspending your D. So you have your D, and then just add in your 4th finger below your 3rd. Then getting back to the beginning again on G, you're leaving fingers 3 and 4 where they are, and just moving fingers 1 and 2 back up to G. So fingers 3 and 4 acting as like a connector between D suspended and your G. So let's go through them again. G, C add 9, A minor 7, extend your A minor 7, C, D, then D suspended. So that's the progression for the first part of the song. The next thing to practice would be the technique for the right hand, which is very, very important in this song. I'm holding my G chord, the one we first looked at in the last section, and the basic pattern is where you're going to hit the 6th string with your thumb. After that you do an upstroke across the treble strings, like sort of the 1st, 2nd and 3rd strings with your 1st finger, so it's going. And then you do a combination of stopping the strings with your hand, and if you can, trying to get some noise out of your guitar, like it can be with the nails on the actual board of the guitar, or simply slamming down and stopping the strings, but you're trying to stop the strings and make like a noise at the same time. So it would be So it's good to try and just get that pattern together before attempting to play through the song. So you can loop it around and around, just as I was doing there. Your thumb, 1st finger, stop. Thumb, 1st finger, stop. So once you're comfortable with that pattern, we can move on now to actually adding the chords in with the right hand technique as well. Now let's try and put both parts together. So we're starting on our G chord, the first chord we went through, and you hit the 6th string with your thumb, upstroke, and then a tap down. From there you do the same thing, except that you hit the 5th string with your thumb. So 5th string, you're still on the same G chord, then upstroke with your 1st finger, and then tap down. So those parts together. From there we change our 2 fingers down into C add 9, and you repeat the pattern, hitting the 5th string on the with your thumb, and then upstroke and tap down. So putting that much together now. Now we do a slight variation. We're still staying on our C add 9 chord, and we again hit the 5th string with our thumb, and after that you do 2 upstrokes with your first finger. The first upstroke is kind of based on the first 2 strings, and the second upstroke you should concentrate more in the middle strings, so like 2, 3, like that. You want to get that sound kind of coming out in the chord. So putting it together now from the beginning. From there we change chords to our A minor 7, and you do your normal pattern, hitting the 5th string with your thumb, stopping the strings. Now you have to add in your 4th finger onto the 1st string 3rd fret, and you repeat that pattern where we do 2 upstrokes with the 1st finger. So again, hit the 5th string with my thumb, and then up with the 1st finger. So putting it from the beginning. Now we go into our normal C, and we're hitting the 5th string with our thumb, stopping it, and then into our D. And for the D and D suspended, we don't do any thumb. You just do an upstroke with your 1st finger on the D, and then you suspend the chord by putting down your 4th finger and then do another upstroke. So it's like, so to go through it from the beginning. And then from there you're leaving your 3rd and 4th fingers where they are on the D suspended chord, and the other ones just come up to form the G. So these 2 fingers, 3 and 4, are acting as connectors between the D suspended and your G. So let's go through it kind of more with the correct rhythm now, but still at a reasonably slow tempo. When you get it up to speed, it's a good effect because you're playing chords, but you're also keeping some type of rhythmic feel going along at the same time. So it can take a little bit of practice just to get used to that. So you just want to make sure that that sound is coming out nice and clearly while you're going through the progression. Let's go through it now kind of more up to speed. In the next video I'll go into the second part of the song, but I just wanted to split it up into 2 sections to make it easier to learn, and once you have this section down, it'll make the second section where you go into an E minor and C and up to a bar chord as well, it'll make it a bit easier to learn.